The 200cc motorcycles provided some of the best racing of the day. 5 laps into the main event, Freddie Fourie on his Elna Fox Kawasaki was still leading, with his teammate Ian Topless in second. The winner of the previous 2 heats, current champion Alfie Cox, was languishing down in 6th position on his AGA Panasonic Castrol KTM behind Paul Henneke on a Honda. There wasn't a lot of time left if Cox wanted to make it a clean sweep for the day, and Henneke was not about to help him do it. Cox is a multiple South African champion in just about any form of off-road motorcycle racing you can think of, and has also won the Roof of Africa more times than anybody else. But he was finding it very hard to get past some riders who were almost half his age. Out in front, Freddie Fourie had a comfortable lead over his teammate Ian Topless and was looking at his first victory of the day. Peter Wrigglesworth also seemed safe in third, but Bruce Robertson couldn't be sure of anything, with Alfie Cox bearing down on him. Wrigglesworth on the Gentle Touch Auto Body Suzuki knew that if Alfie Cox got past Robertson, his position would also not be safe. And Cox was attacking. Teammates Brett Gray and William Gillett were fighting it out for 6th position. But the question was, would Alfie Cox be able to move up to the front before his time ran out? Bruce Robertson didn't finish in the top 10 in any of the previous heats, and if he could keep going, he would this time, but not in 4th, because there's Alfie Cox, who just glides past Robertson into 4th position. Meanwhile, up front, Freddie Fourie was still going strong, guiding his Elna Fox Kawasaki to victory. Ian Topless in 2nd position was taking evasive lines around the back markers. Freddie Fourie is a talented young man of whom many great things are expected, and his battle with teammate Ian Topless is not only limited to Total Super Series, but also a feature of the Motocross Championship. Ian Topless is the current 125 and 250 Motocross champion, and he will settle for 2nd position to fight another day. But someone who's not going to settle for 4th is Alfie Cox, who sneaks by Peter Wrigglesworth to move into 3rd position and take 1st overall for the day ahead of the youngsters. And that's the way they stay. Fourie and Topless really dominating the race, with Cox having had to fight hard to finish in the top 3. Robertson had a good ride to finish 5th, while Henneke dropped down to 7th. The main event for super trucks and production vehicles held all the promise of a great race, and from the start the action came thick and fast. Craig Draper, making his debut in this category in the Creepy Crawly Ford, flew out of the starting blocks, with teammate Paulo Piazzamusso right next to him. Linton Draper in his Chev pushed hard, and Piazzamusso bore the brunt, while Cassie Coetzee had to take evasive action, allowing Arthur Harkes and Cliff Barker through. Draper capitalized and pulled away, while Cliff Barker in the Pennzoil Land Rover tried to get by Arthur Harkes. It's Draper and Piazzamusso, then Linton Draper in the Chev, Harkes in the Creepy Crawly Hugbug Special, Cliff Barker and Cassie Coetzee in his Castrol Toyota Hilux. Car with Harkes as he wrestles with a heavy super truck. Not a good day for him so far. Fuel starvation caused withdrawals in both the previous heats. That's Linton Draper in 3rd position. Harkes and Draper fighting for 3rd. Then Cliff Barker in 5th, ahead of hard-charging Cassie Coetzee in aging Castrol Toyota Hilux. But this is the battle for the lead. Craig Draper on the inside, and Paulo Piazzamusso trying every trick he's learnt in rallying to try and get by his Creepy Crawly teammate. It was down this straight where Piazzamusso made the mistake of going on the route for the production vehicles in the 1st heat, for which he was penalized by 30 seconds to drop him down to 5th. He promptly won the 2nd heat, but this time he had young Craig Draper to get by, and easy it was not going to be. Back with Arthur Harkes in the Hugbug, and he's dropping back. Draper is definitely pulling away. Does Harkes still have a problem? Even though Draper was struggling with a misfire in the V8 Chev, Harkes just didn't seem to be able to stay with him. In the production vehicle category, there's a nice ding-dong battle between Frank de Greef in his Beetle, Richard Leek in his Castrol Toyota Hilux, and log leader Henry Zermatten in his Chev. De Greef is keeping his cool, while there's virtually nothing between Leek and Zermatten behind him. Back to the leaders, and 6 laps have gone. Still, it's Draper from Piazza Musso, and by now that rally driver must be wondering just where and how he'll find a way past the off-roader. Piazza Musso was still carrying the battle scars of that first lap altercation with Draper Senior, and he was pushing the creepy crawly Ford as hard as it would go. Draper Jr., however, had quickly learned the art of racing the heavy machine and was not going to let anyone rob him of his first victory. Meanwhile, Arthur Harkis has creeped closer to third place Linton Draper. That creepy crawly Hugbug special still sounds very rough, and it seems as if Harkis just cannot get it up to speed down the straights. We join him inside the cockpit. Back to the leaders, and now Piazza Musso is right on the tail of his creepy crawly Ford teammate. He'll have to be in a position to take advantage of any mistake from Craig Draper, even perhaps when a back marker gets in the way. Into the final straight, and Piazza Musso is on the inside, but he has the doors shut firmly in his face, and Draper out-drags him to the tabletop. Back to Harkis, and he's definitely got a problem. He can't get the Hugbug into gear. Oh dear, what a pity. That's terminal. And Harkis pulls off for the second time in the day, and he will want to forget this day's racing as soon as possible. This is the production vehicle race, and still it's Frank de Greef, now a little bit ahead of Richard Leek, but look at this. Henry Zamatta's chef is ready to pounce, and he goes through on the inside of Leek's Castrol Toyota Hilux. Is he through? De Greef's VW Beetle seems to be pulling away from them a little bit. But there! Leek has hooked his Hilux onto the tail of Zamatta's chef. That is extraordinary. They're both trying to shake the other off. Leek gets going first. Now, here's the battle for the lead. Time is running out for Paulo Piazza Musso if he wants to get by Craig Draper. He's going to try around the outside. No, Draper will have none of it. Both drivers have their feet right down in the corner. Oh, was that a mistake? Draper gets going again, but Piazza Musso is wasting time by throwing that Ford around like that. Around the right-hander into the main straight. Piazza Musso is closing. And it seems as if Piazza Musso had a cleaner exit than Draper. Draper will now have to defend for all his worth. Piazza Musso closes in again, and now he's right on Draper's rear bumper. He moves through on the inside, but Draper has the best line into the left-hander. Draper on the inside, Piazza Musso on the outside, and he holds it. Now he's got the line for the right-hander. Yes, he barges his way through on the inside. And this is the maneuver Piazza Musso has been working out throughout the race. It would only have worked once, and he almost throws it away. Now Piazza Musso has the lead, and he's not going to relinquish it easily. Just look at the way he throws that creepy crawly Ford Courier into the corner.
Cliff Barker ran so well with East 1 and 2.
Cliff Barker's Pennzoil Land Rover has lost drive to the rear wheels, but he moves over to let the leaders through. Oh, that's a pity, because that impressive Land Rover can run with the best. So, Piazza Musso takes his second victory of the day, still on top of the championship log after round 2. But it was an impressive debut for Craig Draper, and if he continues to improve, nobody's going to beat him easily. Richard Leek again took the production vehicle category. Well, you worked for that one.
Absolutely. Craig drove outstandingly well. It was a good dive. I'm sure the spectators must have enjoyed it. It would be nice if we could have 4 or 5 trucks riding like that, and it would be absolutely fantastic.
It seemed like you sussed him out and you saw where you could take him, but it was a great overtaking maneuver.
We've got big team orders, do not bend any panels, so I just wanted to take him fair and clean, and I think the maneuver went off well.